Hello, my name's Inzi, and today we want to paint a Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy Timberwolf. And before we can start painting, we have to remove all the mold lines we got on these minis. And we need several tools for this, such as RB knife with a nice sharp blade. Whoops, here it is again, a brass brush to remove excess and the very small mold lines. Here's another one, a small one. A modeling chisel, very sharp, and sanding sticks, different sizes. And last but not least, a soldering iron that can operate at low temperatures. I usually work at 150 degrees centigrade, or I think it's about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, most of you guys might have painted minis before, and this is my very first video, and I started recording this a couple of times, so you can see that I worked on the mini already. And yeah, it's the cleaning process is quite simple. You scratch, you have some chips that you scratch off. You can clean it with a brass brush. You know, I scratched it, and once again, here you'll see it's getting white. And here's the stuff we scratched off. And because the plastic is quite soft, you can see that it still remains on the miniature. And to get rid of this, we use a brass brush. And it looks way better afterwards. So, and if you got very small defects or mold lines, you can just brush them off. But usually we have to scratch a lot. It's not the most fun part. But if you want to paint a good looking mini, there's no way to avoid this. And so yeah, we just do it. And it can take quite a long time. Okay, focus. Thank you, dear camera. Even such small mold lines, I hope you can see it here and there, have to be removed, because when you paint your mini, the color, the layers of the color are so thin that even these will shine through. So yeah, you also got these defects at some points, and there are ways to fix this by using some plastic putty, green stuff, or just, if these are not too deep, you can use matte varnish. Okay, this is a pretty much boring part. I'm gonna show you how the soldering iron works with this. It's set to 150 degrees centigrade, and you can go into and melt away some of those defects. You can remove some of the mold lines, like the small one that runs here with it. And you can remove mold lines that are in places where you can't remove them with your hobby knife. Okay. Here. Also. So we just melt it away. Yes. Okay. Yeah. If you want to magnetize your Mini, you can also use the soldering iron to put some holes into the Mini before you start drilling. Or just put it into the feet of your Mini. Yeah, got another one here. And then glue a wire into it. So yeah, you can put it on a cork handle. These are pretty nice from PK Pro, Radcore. And you see Hep. Press. We can work on the Mini very well. Those light parts here are prepared. They're painted quite messy, but this is intentional because it's just an underpaint for red. You can't paint a decent red on a black surface. So if you want it nice, red, shiny, you have to put an undercoat on your miniature. So you got nice. It's all work in progress here. Some Wolf Dragoon stuff. A lot to fix, but then you can get a nice red. And if you got a mini that's bent like this, just heat it up with your hairdryer, bring it back in form, let it cool down, and you're good to go. So also work in progress. Well, we're not talking about those wolf dragoons here, but this one. And it's gonna look, it's also not ready yet, not entirely finished, but you get an idea how the paint job will be. So this will be it when it's done. Just a little bit smaller. This is museum scale, pretty heavy, a metal mini. And this one is from the Clan Invasion set from Catalyst Game Labs. So the cleaning is done, and the next part will be the priming of the miniature, and I use my airbrush for this. I use black Mecha primer from Vallejo. So I diluted it just a little bit. And sprayed on my mini with 2.5 bars or 35 psi, I think. Let me have a look. No, yes, 35 psi. And the coating will be very, very thin. If you don't dilute it, you will have a slightly uneven surface to paint on. And although I don't do this at the moment because of the video, I strongly recommend that you wear a mask, at least FFP2, because that's a compressor. I'll wait a second until it stops. So otherwise you might don't hear me. Just some air to dry it. Oh, come on. All right. I strongly recommend that you use a mask because of the fumes you have when airbrushing. I use acrylic paints, but although they are supposed to be non-hazardous, you all know the microplastic problem, and that's acrylics. You don't want it in your lungs, and so wear a mask. And to all those brush lickers out there, maybe you should think about what you're doing, because that's not healthy. Okay, the focus here is... my iPhone is struggling. I don't have a real camera for this. Okay, I'll continue priming it black and We'll see us afterwards. Okay, back again. Next will be white primer. You might ask yourself, why does this guy wear two different gloves? That's pretty easy, because the colors, if you apply them on a surface, look very different if applied on a black or white surface, and so it's easy to test how the colors will look. White, and just in case I use a red, for example, it will look different on the black glove than on the white glove, and so I got an idea how it might look on the miniature. What I'm doing now is called zenithal highlighting. That means I pick an angle, maybe, from where I want the light shine on the miniature, and just start priming this mini from that angle. So you see, it's bright here, dark there. I usually prime the mini with the white from different angles. Oops. I pick about 45 degrees angle to prime the mini, and so the recesses usually remain dark, the low side remains dark, and here we got bright and shiny colors. Some air to make it dry faster. Okay. Oh. Some more here. Some more there. Okay, done. See you soon.